In a remote village surrounded by mountains, there lived a man named Salem. He was neither poor enough to complain nor rich enough to grow arrogant, yet his heart carried a constant feeling that something was missing. He saw people laugh and wondered, why don't I laugh like them? He saw them content with little and grew angry. How can they be satisfied? If he gained, he said, I could have gained more. If he lost, he said, the world is against me. If he was given something, he said, others received something better. His heart was always running, but never arriving. One quiet evening, Salem went for a walk at sunset. As the sun leaned toward the horizon, he noticed something strange. His shadow stretched far ahead of him, much taller than he was, like another man leading the way. He stopped and stared, whispering to himself, if only I were taller, stronger, greater, my life would be different. At that moment, he heard a faint voice, as if it came from within him. If you wish to become like your shadow, follow me. Without hesitation, he followed his shadow toward the mountains. The road was harsh. With every climb, the shadow grew longer. With every step of exhaustion, his determination increased. He kept telling himself, pain now, comfort later. Days passed with little food and little rest, yet Salem did not stop. He saw his shadow growing and believed he was nearing his dream. Halfway through the journey, he encountered an old man sitting beside a rock, his face calm and his eyes deep. The old man asked, where are you going, my son? Salem replied without pause, I am chasing my shadow. I want to become greater than I am. The old man smiled gently and said, whoever chases his shadow will never arrive, for the shadow flees the closer you get. Salem grew irritated, dismissed the words as weakness, and walked on without looking back. Night fell. The moon disappeared. Darkness thickened. Suddenly, the shadow vanished. Salem stopped in fear. He looked around. No path, no familiar mountain, no sign of the village. He sat down completely exhausted, and for the first time in his life, he found nothing to blame, except himself. In a broken voice, he said, I wasted my life chasing something unreal, and never once looked at who I truly was. And he wept. At the first threat of dawn, the sun rose. Salem slowly stood up. He looked at the ground and saw that his shadow had returned, but this time it was behind him, not in front. At that moment, he understood. A shadow is not led, it follows. It does not grow because you chase it, but because you stand in the right place before the light. Salem returned to his village. He did not become richer, nor more famous, nor stronger. But his heart was lighter, and his soul calmer. He worked without comparison, found joy without envy, and became content, not with little, but with meaning. When people later asked him, what did you find on your long journey? He answered quietly, I found myself when I stopped chasing myself. The moral: whoever chases what is not meant for him loses what already is. Happiness is not pursued, it is built from within. Stand before the light, and your shadow will come on its own.